So this is not that long ago, right? This is not that many years ago that our government was infiltrated by this many Russian or Soviet at the time spies. Is our government today vulnerable to this kind of infiltration?
Probably not vulnerable to infiltration from a foreign policy or card-carrying communist. But the scary thing I think about today is that the underlying process that the Communist Party and the Soviet Union used, that is disinformation, lies, big lies, false flags, and more than anything else, identity politics. That is dividing class against class, race against race, one part of society against another, name calling, all that kind of good stuff. That was the modus operandi of Stalin and the Soviets and the Communist Party. The Communist Party basically looked at the world through the lens of there were the exploiters and the exploited, and that you needed a revolution for one side to win. I think that kind of mentality, you have to realize that you had 200,000 members of the American Communist Party that basically disappeared from view in the early 50s. When the US government caught wind, when the American people caught wind that there had been a lot going on in terms of communist infiltration. They disappeared. And then you had the Vietnam War. How many of those people protesting the Vietnam War were really against US involvement, and how many were actually supporting the communist North Vietnamese? And if you will, I think their sons and daughters today look on a world through a similar kind of lens. That is, again, is identity politics, that you beat up on other people. You designate groups that need to be either limited or somehow overcome. And it's that kind of sort of socialist attack mentality that I think has pervaded a lot of the country today, which is a kind of a residue of the late 30s and 40s of the years when the Communist Party was at its height in this country.